G'day guys, Steve with Broken Sprocket. In this video I swapped my 2008 YZ250 2-stroke for a 2015 RMZ250 4-stroke and why I did it. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let's get started. Okay, I swapped my YZ250 for an RMZ250. Why did I do this? I just found the YZ250 at my age and at my fitness level was just too much bike to hold on to, and I was feeling unsafe almost on the bike and didn't have as much interest in riding it. So I thought I would go for a 250 4-stroke. I have never owned a 250 4-stroke before. I do have the RMX 450 and I found the 450 was easier to ride than the 250 2-stroke, so I thought I'd go for a 250 4-stroke as a motocross bike to see what they're like mainly, and as I knew they had much less power. So let's go through this bike and we'll go through some things that I found problems with so far, and I'll also give you a shot of my YZ250 for those who haven't seen it, so that you can have a look at the bike that I swapped for the bike that I now have. So here's the YZ250. This here is my 2008 YZ250 2-stroke. It's a good bike, great bike, very powerful. It's in good condition for its age. Great bike. Okay, this is an RMZ 250 4-stroke 2015 model. I'll just go through some of the things that I found that are not the way that they should be so far on this bike. Firstly, it was going to be a clean swap for my 2008 YZ250 2-stroke. Now my YZ was in fairly good condition for its age. So when I looked at this bike, the guy had some SM Pro Platinum rims on it, but they were for a YZ and not for an RMZ. And when I saw this, I noticed that the brake caliper didn't line up to the disc properly. It had Yamaha discs on it, obviously, because they were Yamaha wheels. The wheel spacers were just odd bod bits of junk trying to get them to line up. So I said, I'm not taking this bike. This bike has too many problems for me to want to deal with. So he went out and he purchased off his friend the rims that were on this bike originally, but he had to rebuy them. When he bought them, the tyres were shot, so he put brand new tyres on it for me and gave me $150 because the front disc is totally shot on this bike to go and purchase a new disc for this bike. So let's just go through this bike. Okay, one thing I've noticed is the kill switch is the wire's coming out the wrong way, and also it's just sort of dangling here looking untidy, so I will need to spin that around and tidy this area up here, probably cable tie it up or something like this, because it's just not right. The clutch sticks out further than the handlebar, so that will have to be adjusted in that way. Also on this side here, this hot starter gets stuck on this accelerator housing. Now I think that the problem is that the spacer is here instead of in between the master cylinder and the accelerator housing, so I'll just slide this up and put this spacer in between, and that should make that not hit here. The brake line is insecure. This should grab it and hold it. It's a little bit too thick here, so I might have to shave a little bit off to make that work. And also it's running the wrong direction past the fork. It's supposed to run to the inside, so I'll have to take the caliper off when I get the wheel off and spin it around. The front disc is totally destroyed. It's almost gone through in this section, so I need a new front disc and new brake pads to make the bike safe to ride. It does have new tyres all the way around, which is pretty good. Now for people who have used these before, leave a comment on what they like to use, because I've never used them. I've always thought that the dirt and dust will build behind them and then it's stuck in there. So leave your comment to see if you've used these before, if you rate them or not, if they're any good, if they're terrible, because I'm tempted to take them off. These protectors, I'm not too sure I like them. I'm just thinking that when you ride they will move, and the dirt and dust that gets stuck behind them will act like a piece of sandpaper and really scuff up the swing arm, so I'm not too sure I want to keep these or not. I probably don't. I do know there is a scratch behind here, so I might have to polish those out, the scratching, and I might just keep it without these. I'm not too sure I like them yet. The radiators on both sides are in good condition. They're not bent or anything, so that's normally a sign that it hasn't had too much of bad life, because these are factory radiators and they're not damaged in any way, so that's a good thing. So apart from the front brakes required replacement, the bike's not in too bad condition. Just a couple of small things that I have to do that won't cost any money. Only the front brakes will cost some money. The bike feels pretty good. I'll give it an oil change before I go for a ride to make sure it's got good fresh oil in it. But leave a comment in the comment section below. Would you have swapped the 2008 YZ250 for a 2015 RMZ250? Or would you have preferred the YZ? So just leave a comment there. I'm interested to see what you think, and thanks for watching.